Good morning, everyone. It's Barbara Teckel, and I am back again this week with another message from the oracles and the animals. I really see animals as oracles as well, but today I'm going to be working strictly with the animals and the wisdom from animals and working with the deck, the Spirit Animal Oracle. So I hope you are well this week. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Well, here in the US, is right around the corner. And it's been on my mind a lot lately about completions. So I thought I would do a reading for all of us around what is it we most need to know about completions because we're nearing the end of the year. Maybe some of you are starting to give thought to 2020. Personally, I'm really just trying to be in the moment of enjoying these last 6 weeks of 2019 without giving too much thought to 2020, which is a little unusual for me because usually I'm, you know, wanting to know what's next, what project am I going to work on next. But right now, I'm just really trying to be with these last few weeks of the year. Now, I'm not always good at it, and I sometimes need to be reminded of it, which I'm going to share in my reading today. So I actually picked the cards ahead of time and just sat with the cards for a while and then just typed out what I was getting to be able to share with you today. So again, we're going to work with the question is what do we most need to know about completions? And so I'm going to start with the first card, which is about the past. So this is going to tell us about what has already transpired, from maybe this year or something that you've completed. And what is it that we're going to take with us as we complete these last 6 weeks of 2019, or maybe it's something that you've recently finished. What are you taking with you that you've learned from that experience? So the horse, I just gave you a little clue. The card that I pulled was Horse Spirit, and freedom is yours. So I just took some notes on this. So what is complete? And from that completion, what are we bringing with us? And we got the message from Horse Spirit that freedom is yours. Now, I really see the horse spirit as personal empowerment. I had the opportunity to work with a friend of mine and her horse a couple years ago when I was struggling with a challenge, and that will actually be a chapter in my book, working with a horse named Ollie and working with the energy of horse, which was really just a wonderful and amazing experience. If you ever get to do that, take advantage of that if you can. But so as we look at that question, what is it complete? And from that completion, what are we bringing with us? Again, I see horse spirit as personal empowerment. So when we give thought to what it is that we may have worked on this past year, or again, something that we've completed, and maybe from that that completion of that project or looking back over the year, where is it have we gained this new strength that we didn't have before? And maybe there's this new courage that you've gained. And looking at how are we changed from it? And then so as I look at this card in regards to what it is that we all need to know about completions, again, I'm going to hold the card up. What is it that perhaps you have recently completed? And how does that have you now feeling? Do you feel a new sense of strength? Or are you feeling a sense of relief? Are you feeling a sense of accomplishment? Or is there maybe something you wish you would have done differently? So how do we take that with us as we move forward? And instead of looking at it, because I said this card, the horse reminds me of empowerment. So if we look back and wish we had done something differently, how can we take that and turn it into a positive and just look at it as a teaching and a lesson of what we learned and the wisdom that we gained from that, and then bring that with us as we move forward in our lives. So as we begin to wind down 2019, like I said, you may be looking back over the year and thinking about what you've completed, or again, perhaps what you wish you maybe would have gotten to that you didn't. but what wisdom in that can you take with you as you finish out the year and then move into 2020? And I think so often we get stuck in the past, or we hold on to the past and we live there. I've definitely done this myself and have to remind myself not to do that. And I think especially when we look back and there were times that, felt really good, and especially if we're struggling, a part of us wants to go back to that because maybe it seems simpler or easier. And then we're also, as human beings, we tend to be afraid of the future because a lot of it is so unknown. But as the horse spirit says, horse just jumped out of my hands. The horse spirit says freedom is yours. So there is freedom in learning to let go of the past and take with us what we've learned from that and bring it into the present moment and take that with us into the future. So, when I'm in the presence of a horse, I have always marveled at their grace and their strength. And really, within that, there is a sense of this ease, along with a reminder that, life is all about adventure, right? So that's what Horse Spirit is helping with us as we give thought to the past and what is it we need to know about completions. So as we look at the present, so we've completed a cycle, we've completed a project, maybe it's a celebration we just completed, we're completing the year. What is it we need to know in this present moment? And the card I pulled, I did pull Turkey Spirit, and the bottom message says give with gratitude and grace, but I actually pulled it in reverse. So in this deck, it means protection, and it's just a message to pay close attention to this message. And I think it was so perfect, um, because I think so often, and I'm so guilty of this too, and I'm going to give you an example of my own recent situation that just happened. We don't stop long enough in this present moment and just pause right here and now, instead of thinking we have to move into something next. Okay, that project's completed. Now what's next? Up next, right? It's like, check, what do I do next? Instead, Turkey Spirit is asking us to stop and to pause and to give thanks and allow for this new open space that we're in and just be with it. Be with all we've learned from the past and what we've completed. So here's my example. So I was at my chiropractic appointment on Friday, and she was congratulating me on completing my new book. And that's been very big on my mind the last 2 years, and why I'm bringing it up as an example. And the book isn't complete, it's just a very important stage of it's been edited, the writing of it's done, I got all the little details done, like the acknowledgement page, the copyright page, the dedication page. And now today, by the end of the day, I'm going to be sending it off to the design team that's going to do the interior layout. So she had completed me. She had thanked me for completing that process because that was a big deal. It was really a big deal for me. So I thanked her for that, and then without even realizing it, I fell into that old pattern, and I said that I just wasn't quite sure what I was going to now do with myself, because for the last 2 years I've been in contemplation space. I've been in writing, I've been, actively writing my book. And now there's this open space that feels like I should just fill it because that took up so much of my time. So, that was, like I said, 2 years ago that I had the thought of writing that book. And now here I am. I'm at this stage, and all that thought and all that time that went into it, it's now complete. It's now done. And I was gracefully reminded by my chiropractor to just enjoy the stage, that there really was nothing to do right now, but to just be in this moment of where it was I came from, where I am now, and to be in appreciation for this and just allow this space to be whatever it's going to be, right? So how often is it that we just push forward and we don't stop and give thanks for how far we've come? So this is what Turkey Spirit is reminding us to do, is be in gratitude for everything we've completed, everything we've learned, this new wisdom that we've gained, and how important it is to really be in this pauseful moment, right? Instead of rushing forward. This part of the process is just as important as all the other pieces to the puzzle of whatever it is that we complete. So, what is it that you need to be in gratitude for right now? Where is it you need to pause and be thankful, and not worrying about what you're going to do next, where you're going to go next, what you're going to complete, right? All right. So now we're going to look at the future. So Horse Spirit guided us, is guiding us to bring with us this newfound freedom and this newfound empowerment that we have because of the wisdom we've gained from something that we've completed. And really acknowledging that we aren't the same, that we have evolved. And Turkey Spirit is reminding us that to be in the present moment and to give thanks for what we've accomplished, and that it's just as important to be in that space of gratitude and not rush past that. This is part of the stage of completion. So, as we give thought to the future, I pulled Dove Spirit. And again, I pulled this one in protection. And dove is symbolic of grace and peace, tranquility, and hope. And I just think this is such another beautiful reminder of really being with each cycle of our lives, whether that's our creative projects, our relationships, or whatever it is. And really, not looking to the past and getting stuck there, and maybe getting stuck in wishing we had done something different, or, wallowing in the mistakes that we made, but taking all of that as lessons for what we've learned and using them as helpful tools to empower us and to help us to move forward. And when we can learn to appreciate each step along the way, we can be more at peace in each present moment. Because in reality, that's all we have, right? We just have this moment. The past is done and the future is not yet here. So if we can be more at peace with this, and I don't know about you, just saying that, I just feel this grace and this peace within me. And that is the space that I want to live in more often. And I have no doubt you do too, because that's, as human beings, that's what we're all, I don't want to say the word striving for, but I think that's where we want to be in the flow of, right? We want to take from the past, what we've learned, and we do want to bring that into the future, but it's so important to stay in this present moment, and appreciate all that we've learned, and all the potential of what's ahead. So I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me and let me know. And yeah, that is it for today. And I think I'll be back next week. I know next week is Thanksgiving, so we'll have to see how things are going. I might be back on Monday or maybe the following Monday. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have a great week. And I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.